So that's week 4 all wrapped up. Another brilliant week. I've gotten a little bit further on, a bit more settled in. I've started to address what sort of research question I'm going to be doing for my project. I just have a lot more development to do on that, like getting my anchor paper together. Anchor paper is just like a research project which you can really kind of base your own research off and kind of refer back to, and in terms of what methods are you going to use, and what question do you want to answer, and how are you going to build upon this body of scientific literature which has come before you. A lot of scientific research isn't about doing something totally new and totally pioneering. It's typically about just building and building and building and building and building on the body of knowledge which we've gathered over the past many hundreds of years since the scientific method started. So today I'm going to be asking the question to you: how good is your memory? And to answer this question, I'm going to conduct a little experiment. So if you'd like to get a pen and paper now, I'd advise you to pause the video, get ready, sit back, and figure out how good your memory is. So I'm going to list off words, and I want you to try and remember them. Don't write them down just yet. Bed, rest, awake, tired, dream, wake, night, blanket, doze, slumber, snore, pillow, peace, yawn, and drowsy. Now, I'd like you to write as many of the words that I just said down on your piece of paper, and pause the video while you're doing that. Great. Now, let's see how you did. I'm going to put up a picture of all the words which I said. See how many of them you got right. How many of the 15 did you get? Did you get 12? Did you get 10? Did you get more than that or less than that? Did you make any mistakes? Did you happen to write the word sleep down? When I did this experiment during the week, I wrote sleep down. I never said sleep. Sleep isn't in the list. This experiment was done by Henry Roediger and McDermott in 1995. And they found that of their respondents, about half of them had the word sleep. The experiment showed how our memory isn't very reliable, how we can remember things that didn't happen, and we can remember them perhaps very clearly. You might be able to hear me saying that word in your head inside that list. Maybe you heard it after I said awake or before I said dream. Maybe you can hear the way I would say it. But I didn't when I was listing off those words. So your memory is not very reliable. Now obviously this is only the case if you wrote down the word sleep. Some of you didn't, and I'd be very curious to see if you did write down the word sleep in the comments underneath. We can conduct our own experiment. It would be interesting to see how many people wrote down the word sleep and how many people didn't. I'd really advise you to read more about this experiment and this procedure. It's incredibly interesting. I'm going to put a link in the description to some further information on it, and I implore you to read more about the Deese-Roediger-McDermott procedure, because it's just fascinating and goes to show why things like eyewitness testimony are being called into doubt in recent years. So it was just a short video this week. Next week I'll be talking about something else. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and share this video with anybody who you think would find it interesting, and somebody you might think whose memory is very good. Maybe they'll perform surprisingly on the task.